Okay, now in all honesty, I have found this rather amusing, kind of fun. Alright, hey guys, okay, got some new equipment rocking up. I'm just waiting, should be here in about 20 minutes, half an hour. Get the roller door open, car will be rocking up. Got some new speakers, some new amps, fun stuff to play with. Let's have a look when he gets here and we'll reveal it all out here. Hey guys, got some stuff here. Alright, we've got, well, 2-3 different types of stuff that got rocked up today. I'll show you that video in a sec. Rocked up, bringing the stuff in. Alright, we've got 2 sets of stuff. 3 sets of stuff, hidden sort of behind the Pink Floyd banner here. Let's have a look. Oh, get that out of the way. And there we go. Just a brick in the wall. Anyway. Alright, this stuff rocked up today. Let's have a look at it rocking up. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, now what I'm going to do here is we'll do 2 different videos. So this stuff here, we'll get to that later. We'll get to this shit now. Now before I do that, I have something on the back of the man cave that I only just got the other day and put it up. So what I'm going to do with what we're going to look at in this video, I'm going to swing the camera around and have that behind you as a backdrop. Here's what it is.
You wanted the best and you got the best! The hottest band in the world, Kiss!
Alright, well as you can see, I have that as my backdrop. Okay, the backdrop there, it's actually meant to be a blanket, but no, I wanted to hang that up there. It goes pretty much almost the full size all the way down to the floor. The couch covers some of it up. I just use pegs at the top just to put it up there, but I think that looks awesome, especially out here at the man cave behind there. Being a Kiss fan that I am, there you go. Alright, let's have a look at this stuff. Alright, now I got this equipment off my uncle who you would have seen in the video before that I probably sped up. I don't know, I haven't got to that part yet. Anyway, this is a Pioneer amplifier. It's not a surround system at all or anything like that. It's just an amplifier. But from memory, when I was at his place and I last heard this thing, this was a pretty high-powered amp. Well, I'll bring you in, we'll have a look, but I'll get to that in a minute. These speakers, now these are vintage, literally vintage. He had these as well, but I had them initially. These are JBL speakers. I got these when I was 15. I think I had them for about 3 or 4 years, and then I sold them to him. And all these years later, you know, just 5 years later, yeah, we'll go with that. I've got them back, so they've returned to me. Basically, he was decluttering and said, "Did I want them back?" Sure, I definitely do. Because I don't want these being in the hands of someone else, and if you try to sell them, there's no way you get the actual value of what they're worth. So, what I'm going to do with these, and not this amplifier, with that other amplifier that we'll get to, these are going to go into the other man cave, into the shed. Those speakers I got in there, I'll get rid of them. I'll replace it with these, put these to some good use. We'll have a look. Now, I haven't plugged this in yet. I've plugged this in to plug into my phone to get some audio out of it. I haven't plugged it into power yet. Hopefully it doesn't smoke and things don't go kaboom, which I highly doubt it will. The other system might, we never know yet. I'll bring you in for a closer look on this stuff anyway. Alright, well, so this is the amplifier. It's the Pioneer A-229. I have seen a couple of videos on YouTube to do with this amplifier. Unfortunately, other people that have got this amplifier, I've seen it damaged. This is not damaged in any way. We'll swing around to the back, and as you can see, it's just an amplifier. It's not surround or anything like that. Now, when it comes to these speakers, one has a cover on. I've taken the cover off the other one, just so you can have a look. But yeah, they're twin 12-inch drivers. You got your mid-range and your tweeter. Now, from years ago, from what I remember, these packed one hell of a punch. Let's see if they still do after all these years. Alright, well, we're going to plug this in. I've got the leads running there. If you hear another sound in the background, I basically have a water cooler thing running because it is kind of warm out here. And okay, you might hear a bit of noise, but it's uncomfortable. So, I'm having it on. Alright, so let's plug her in. Nothing wrong so far. Okay, power the thing up. Oop, hang on. Right, not as many lights as what I'm used to, so yep, she's powered up. Okay, we've got tape, CD, phono, tuner. Alright, well, I've got it plugged into my phone. We'll get this started and I'll slowly bring it up. Now, there's a direction button, I'm not real sure what that means. Loudness button, which is on. What is that? A drift and take 2. Yeah, okay. There's also speaker A and B on here. I don't know what I plugged it into the back, possibly A. I'll just put them both on just so we get something. I'll get this thing fired. We'll see if we hear something. Okay, I've got to show you this because it's friggin' creepy, just like everything, you know, everything Google-wise and your Google Home stuff listens to you is creepy. Now, you heard me mention JBL speakers. This is not set up at all, what I'm going to show you. I have not searched in YouTube, in the internet, anything for JBL speakers. Now, I was about to get ready to get the other amplifier and the other speakers together, but I'll just put something background on. So I opened up YouTube. I shit you not, a video now has come up, wholesale DJ speakers, blah blah blah, BDs, JBL speakers in cheap prices. I will show you. You can't tell me this happened fast. I mean, this is probably a coincidence, but you can't tell me this doesn't listen. I even did a test once, this was ages ago, where I constantly said into the phone, I want to buy an 8-track player. I want an 8-track player. This is something people would not ask for. The next day, you know, onto Facebook and all that sort of thing, all of a sudden things started coming up selling to buy 8-track players. I'm like, this creepy as. I did not search for it. I did it for a test. I just set it to the phone. And it did it. I'll show you. It literally says JBL. I'll just swing you over. Where are we? Bit doubly, but anyway. JBL. Is that creepy or what? Well, either way, even though this was never my previous amp, I ran it up to about halfway. She was punching like a bitch. But these speakers, they're vintage and they still punch. I could say from memory, from when I used to own them, but honestly, I know I had them, but maybe I've been drinking too much over the years, killed those brain cells, because I don't remember actually using them. I remember having them, but I don't remember actually using them. But I remember they used to punch. I knew that bit. I didn't know how much, but they still punch after all these years later. As I said, I got these initially back when I was 15 years old. Now these are going to go out into the other man cave, so I've got to pull those speakers out. I'm going to take the amplifier out because this other amp we're going to have a look at next, I'm going to replace that. Because I've been using like a DJ amplifier. Now that thing literally is a 2000 watt amp. I should not be using anything like that. It's crazy, it's stupid. So I'm pulling that out and I'm going to try and use this other one. And I'm going to replace these speakers. Now what we're going to look at next, if anyone's ever heard of it, we'll go through it all. It's in boxes. This stuff, the speakers have not been opened, haven't been used. The amplifier got plugged in but once, just to see that it lit up. And I'll get into why it's never been used. And this was purchased, I think, from what my uncle told me, 2009. So it actually has never been used since then. But we'll get into that. Alright, so yeah, these will end up out there. And this amp, providing it doesn't blow up or anything, we'll see what happens. Okay guys, now I'm just going to use these speakers just to prop this up to show you. I've got the other speakers down here. Now this is a rather interesting situation here when it comes to the speakers and this amp. In here is the center channel, the 2 surround speakers, and you got the floor standing speakers here. Now this is called Colombian audio. Surprisingly, as much as I could look on the net, there is no such hi-fi system as called Colombian audio. This is what's called, I don't know about, I think you've got it over in other countries, but here in Australia, white van speaker scam. Now, apart from that, the speakers, we have the amp here. Now, I did a search for this, and under Whirlpool and all that, the white van speaker scam, it's not as uncommon as I think. Well, it's not as common now as what it once was. My uncle actually bought this. Now this is back in 2009, and believe it or not, it was out of the back of a white van.
I've been in this fucking company for 2 years. Honestly, in the 2 years I've worked here, it's happened 3 times. Well, it's actually a high-end German company, dude. This is the kind of shit. It's the kind of shit you put in clubs, bars, shit like that. What I got for you, since you don't need no fucking speakers, fine. I got one of these too. I got the whole system.
I don't need a projector. I'm talking television. What you got on a 50?
Look at the fucking screen. It goes from 40 to 200 inches.
Oh, you're selling a projector on the screen.
With the screen, bro. The thing is, this thing goes for $7 grand. It's high-end shit. It comes with the 3D glasses, everything you fucking need, bro. Everything you see here, 1080p, fucking, it's got the, like I said, VGA, HDMI import, both of them, dude. HDMI and VGA.
And the guy fed him all the stories. Now, my uncle is really into hi-fi and all that, knows his stuff. I'll show you where he made a mistake though. He realised when he got home. They charged him $600 for this because the sticker on top is, I will show you, $5,899. Lordy me. Actually, I'll see if I can show you. Okay, as you can see, the whatever recommended retail price, MSRP, whatever the hell that is, $5,899. Even my huge Yamaha amp, which is Yamaha Avantage 11.2 Atmos blah 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 amplifier, didn't even cost this amount of money. Close, it was about 4, but it wasn't almost 6. Now, because these guys are professional fast talkers, scammers, or whatever, he did make the mistake of thinking this was a Pioneer amplifier, because I will show you, it actually says Pioneer technology or pioneering technology written on the box. That was all he's seen. Because they talk so fast, he didn't see that the thing was actually called Colombian Audio. Now this has been on, well, I'll show you where it says Pioneer first. Alright, well, as you can see here, obviously he mistook where it said Colombian Audio, and you can see the word Pioneer. So obviously he just saw the word Pioneer and thought, okay, this is a good deal, I'll take it. Okay, now I know my uncle watches this channel, and he knows I'm not dissing him in any way or whatever. Made a bit of a blunder. This was years ago. This is something we actually laugh about now. Now, this thing, I found a couple of pictures of this amplifier online, and from what I can tell, I have not taken it out of the box yet, so we're going to have a look at that together. But as far as I can tell, obviously it doesn't have HDMI input. Now, right, so that's number one. This thing boasts, it's a 7.1 surround sound system. I forget what the wattage is. It's, whoa, 2,800 watts. Oh my God. But DSP 7.1, professional 3 Dakota, MP3, blah, blah, blah. It even says the words on it. It does say Blu-ray on it, which back in 2009 was not such a common thing. DDS surround is written on the front. Now, I've looked at some pictures on the back. Now, apart from not having HDMI input, as far as I can tell, without even looking at it yet, it doesn't even have an optical input, nor a coaxial input. Now, without that, without even optical or coaxial, you're not even going to get 5.1. You'll get what there used to be in surround years ago, like you plug your left and right RCA inputs in, you'll get your left, your right, your center, and your surrounds will just be mono. So it's not full digital surround, but this thing boasts 7.1. You might be wondering why have I got it. Well, it's only going to be used as a stereo sort of thing. I'm actually going to hook this amp up to these speakers out in the secondary man cave. It's the only reason I sort of have it. This thing's been sitting under his bed since 2009. When he saw that it wasn't an actual Pioneer, he cracked the shits with himself, bundled it up, shoved it under the bed. Now it's been under there since 2009. So yeah, let's have a look. We'll take this out. We'll have a look at the speakers. I mean, the speakers may be good. Actually, what we'll do here, let's have a look at some of the video footage. This was here in Australia. We've got a show called A Current Affair. Now, in this video that was on A Current Affair, very quick snapshot, this was on A Current Affair. Real quick. I've got to find it and I'll put it in here, but let's check out the white van speaker scam.
Manufacturers in China went into action.
Complete rip-off.
Complete rip.
Well, these people are opportunists.
Entertainment reporter Peter Ford says it's a new low in ripping off an Australian artist's name. They're selling them in car parks and back streets. You might have been approached. It's highly likely because they're roving the country, raking in the big bucks. And don't they love gloating about it? A cheeky...
Okay, after seeing that, I'll take this down and I'll give you a look at the front speakers, but let's have a look at the center and surround speaker. Okay, well that's really good packaging right there. And remember, this stuff he's never used. This thing's never been. These have never been plugged in. The fronts have, but these have never been plugged in. The packaging is just a great garbage. But anyway, never know. It might be a surprise. It might sound good. Maybe. You never know. Oh, Jesus. Alright, we'll have a look at one of the surrounds first. If I can get it out. Okay. Alright. As I said, this stuff is like brand new. He never used it. So I'm going to be the first. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Colombian audio. Let's take her off and have a look. Now, the surround speakers look rather decent. I just wonder if the tweeter works. Now, what are you going to boast? Right, this little speaker here, he reckons, if that's focused in, 300 watts. Now, if I punched 300 watts into this, it'd last about a millisecond. Wouldn't last very long at all. Okay, well that's not in plastic, but that's the other surround speaker there. Now, let's have a look at the center channel. Pop that down. Alright, so here we go. We've got the center channel here. What is this thing boasting? 300 watts. Alright, let's pop her open and have a look. Not bad. Kind of okay. It gives off the impression of like the, I think one of the DBs or the DW, whatever speakers. That is certainly not what they're going to be though. But you never know. Might sound good. We're going to find out, aren't we? Alright, well this is one of the fronts. I'll take the front off and we'll have a look. Obviously not as tall as those, but the old Colombian audio, which as far as I know doesn't even exist. Okay, the fronts actually look kind of decent, but once again, who knows, that tweeter doesn't look real. But I got to plug it in, run something to see if it is real. That driver doesn't even look real. Maybe it is. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Okay guys, there is something I wanted to explain while I've got my little puppy here. When it comes to either the big stuff that I have here, the big stuff I have in the lounge room, or this amp that I'm about to test, when it comes to, this is just my suggestion, when it comes to testing amplification, speakers, what are you doing? You going to take a seat? No? When it comes to amplifiers, speakers, EQs, all that sort of stuff, I recommend the best audio to play would be the dog collapsing on me. Anyway, now I recommend the best stuff to play, to listen, is Phil Collins' Genesis stuff, because the way that they recorded it, they were so precise and so damn good at the way that they made their recordings. I suggest you do that, because that will really test your gear on how good or actually how bad it is. I have used this for years. Been in nightclubs and all that, the whole sound gear, speakers, amplifiers. When I set an equalizer, I always use Genesis stuff. So here's a bit of Phil Collins. So anyway, it's even Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was so precise and so careful on the way the recordings were. That'll tell you how good and precise to set a system. That is just my opinion anyway, but I always use Genesis or Phil Collins stuff because, I don't know, maybe being a drummer, being a fellow drummer, you're more picky. Let's have a look at the this amplifier. Alright, well here we go. The Colombian Audio Digital 7.1 surround sound, blah blah blah, almost, how much was it? Almost $6 grand sort of thing. Yeah, should be good for what I want to use it for though, I'm hoping. Alright, so let's get her open. Oh, look at that. Comes with the manual. I guarantee you the manual's broken English. Do not place near water. That's the first thing I read. Do not. Alright then. I'll be sure not to place it near any water. Hey, there's a remote! Holy shit! Alright. Now, as I said, Michael has had this out. He plugged it in, it lit up, he unplugged it under the bed. This is the remote. I'm really surprised it actually came with a remote. Alright, so let's pop her out. Let's have a look. Okay, look at the right there. Oh. More packing crap. Okay. Let's turn it around. Okay, well, my first looks at it, actually it's not a bad looking amplifier. A little bit dusty, but it's been sitting in the box for years, but it kind of reminds me of, probably because of all this chrome here, kind of reminds me of the Terminator. Alright, so what we'll do, we'll plug it in, wire it from speakers, plug your phone back in, and what do, play a bit of Genesis. Using these speakers, it'll tell me actually how good or how bad it is. Alright guys, well, you're going to do this with me. I have not plugged this in. The only thing I've plugged in are the speakers. Now believe me, getting a speaker cable in the terminals via the amp and via the speakers was a bit of a bitch. Wasn't quite easy, but I got it in. Alright, let's hope nothing goes freaking boom, kabang. So, let's see. Do you hear that too? It doesn't give me a lot of confidence, that's for sure. Oh, okay, well the power's already on. Okay, well, lots of lights. It actually looks kind of futuristic. Bizarre looking, let's have a look. Alright, well, as you can see, this is rather odd the way it's lit up. Looks like we've got a whole planet thing going on here. That looks like it's going to tell me the weather. It's a bumblebee. Why is it a bumblebee? I'm going to assume this is a form of EQ. Maybe EQ lights come up. We'll know when we get get music going. You got your volume here, which feels dodgy as. Why am I not? I'm not even seeing a display of volume. You got bass, treble, and balance, which I can't even see where the balance is. Alright, so we'll plug something in and see what we get. The display looks alright. I should have one look at it. Don't even know how would you change it. DVD, oh, look at that, okay, so it's moving. Oh, okay. CD, tape. Why are there two CDs? Why are there two tapes? Tuner, alright, CD. So I've plugged this back to the CD part of this. I'm going to assume the volume's down. Funny how it says surround stereo power amplifiers, that's what it says across the top there. Let's plug something in. Okay guys, after a bit of buggerising around, I was getting literally nothing. But now I've actually got something. So a little bit of Genesis on. Let's have a look.
She has a built-in ability
Not too bad.
to take everything she sees. And now she's falling for her.
Alright. Sound quality's not great. It is very flimsy, cheap, certainly not worth $6 grand. I got the bass up, treble up. I know, I mean, look, out in the other shed, the man cave, I watch a lot of YouTube stuff, as in Sam and Colby, a lot of political stuff. So I do need to pull that hugely powerful amp out. Now, I wouldn't mind hearing how this runs with these. These speakers, I'm not sure, I'm really not sure if I'm actually getting anything out of the tweeter. I don't think I am. Okay, I actually am. The tweeter's not fake. I thought the tweeter would be fake. It's not fake. So the tweeter's not fake. I thought I might find a use for these speakers. God knows what. Yeah. Let's have a look at the back. I'll show you what I mean by there's no optical. Hang on. It's certainly nowhere near what wattage did I say it was supposed to be. Something ridiculous. It's not. If anything, it's probably 60 watts if you're lucky. Very lucky. Even though these speakers reckon that on the back, I think they said about 300 watts. Once again, if I was to punch, I think 100 watt amp into this, say that other Pioneer, I reckon I'd blow them up. I reckon I'd destroy them. We'll have a look at the back and I'll show you what I mean by no coaxial, no optical. How the hell are you going to get 7.1 out of this DTS Dolby Digital amp? Okay, so this is the back. You have your center and so-called surrounds. You know, say A and B fronts. That's it. They are your inputs. That is it. So, white van special. That's how I see it. Oh, and here's the back of the speakers. I don't even know if we can see that. How many watts does that say it is? 300? Doubtful. Alright, we'll have a look at how much these speakers are actually bouncing. That sounds horrible. I can't handle bangers. Banger there, can't handle it. Alright guys, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run that same song, which is Joel Fletcher Swing, and I've disconnected these, plug this in. Now, let's see if it makes a big difference. We'll see, won't we? Okay, I thought I actually had an issue, but I don't. So let's have a look. Okay, obviously running through JBLs, it still doesn't sound great. It's the amplification, but it sounds a butt-ton better than running through those. Now I know these speakers can take one hell of a punch, but I think I'm pushing the amp too far, especially when it comes to banger music. It's alright. Okay, now in all honesty, I have found this rather amusing, kind of fun. I'll just class it as fun. I have found it amusing. I'm going to give this center channel a run. Now, I would like to utilise this center channel if I could. I have no idea how loud that is. Let's just see how it goes. I unplugged the speakers. I've just got the center in, so we'll see how that sounds. But I do find this entertaining. It also says that it's a karaoke system as well. So in other words, a couple of mic inputs, a couple of mic volumes. It even says down here, mic 1, mic 2. There ain't no bloody mic inputs. There ain't no volume for mics. So, yeah, the white van special it is. Alright, well, let's see. I'll just put on bloody anything. I just want to hear some sound coming out of this center. I plugged it in center. Did I? Hang on. No, I think I've just got it running out of, like just a left channel or whatever. Just to hear something coming out of it. So we'll see what we see here. I am curious if the tweeter's running, so... Yeah, it is! It actually is! I'll cut the bass out because they're only small. Okay, you're not going to believe this, but I actually have no gripes with the center. I mean, I'd have to set it up with a proper surround system, and check out what the quality's like. Say, compare it to my Paradigm that I have over there. The Paradigm would want to kill it, otherwise I'd be kind of pissed. Alright, seems to be nothing wrong with the centre. Let's try the surrounds. Alright, okay, just one of the surrounds will do. We'll just see what we sort of get out of the thing. I am, as I said, I'm amused by this. You might think I'm a bit nutty being amused by it. Where's the goddamn friggin' music? But I am amused by it. So it's only a little small speaker. Oh my god! Alright. Okay, I am more blown away by this centre channel, and while that's surround, obviously the other one will be the same, I'm assuming, than the fronts that come with it. These are actually not bad friggin' quality. I'm blown away by this. Okay, alright, I think that'll do for this video. I might do another video when I put this, replace it in the man cave. Obviously this sounds a butt-ton better running the JBL speakers that I had when I was 15 and I've got them back now. These, I don't know, I might find some sort of use. Maybe if you saw one of my other videos where I've got those small little Samsung speakers outside there into the carport just when I'm washing the cars, doing work on the cars, I might actually replace with this because I would get more out of these than those. It's just me, I never throw nothing away. It's going to be pretty bad for me to take, you know, get rid of something. I mean, I got these as well. He brought these up as well. It's got a bloody stand there. They're Sony. Now, believe me, I don't like Sony equipment. Not maybe years ago. I don't like Sony equipment. I don't like the company. I don't like the way I got treated when I had one of their TVs that shit itself and they refused to replace it. I had arguments. Look, it's a whole story. Anyway, these might be okay for something. God knows what. What does this thing boast? I can't even see. It's old, so it's hard to see any kind of wattage or anything. But yeah, I don't know. I might find some sort of use for them. But anyway, that's it for this. For the White Van special back in 2009. This is the first time, since 2009, first time this amp has been unboxed, plugged in and ran. As I said, my uncle just plugged in to make sure it would light up, and when he saw it wasn't a Pioneer, he cracked the shits and he put it away and went back to it. I mean, he's running a Yamaha system and all that sort of stuff now anyway, so this he couldn't really, you know, give two craps about. But I wanted to give it a crack, and the crack worked. As I said, it'll come in handy for my other man cave out there. Alright, well the next video might be me putting this out there and taking what I got in there and taking it out and blah blah blah. Alright guys, well enjoy yourselves. Catch you on the next video. See you later.
It's cool though, you got the 3D glasses, that shit is hot.
Yo man, even if you wanted it for like three, like
I already
you
got
it for free.
See, and then the thing about it is, my office, we have like
so
warranty.
Hook it up in your, yeah, this comes with a 3-year warranty.
No, I understand that, but if anything goes wrong with mine, like, because you know how expensive the bulbs are.
Yeah.
I just got a bulb replaced, that shit's like $250 a bulb.
But dude, that's the thing.
But they do it for free though.
Exactly.
I got it
same
for free.
Here. Here's the thing. If you do it, if you threw it against the wall, they wouldn't cover it. But if it died out, they cover it.
All of my shit is free. If I want to take the bulb out the thing
and fucking throw it,
yeah,
that's
all I got to do is just take the paperwork
and I
say, yeah,
that's called accidental
I need another
coverage.
bulb. No, we pay for it.
Oh,
we spend like millions of dollars on equipment every year.
That's a lot, man.
So it's nothing for me. But yo, good luck though. It's so funny. Every time I'm wondering where you guys are, I never see you.
That's the story, bro. I'm being real with you.
I know. I got you. Thanks a lot.
No problem, bro.
Every fucking year, these motherfuckers hit me up and ask me about buying shit. Alright. Never fails. I don't know who they're stealing that shit from, but oh well.